Greetings, Harder. Today for hot lunch is a chicken fajita casserole and a la carte rib sandwich. Our club meets after school, same with Night Riders. Now on to Hank with March Madness.
The first upset in the tournament was Furman when they beat Virginia 68-67. This one was very surprising considering how strong Virginia's season was when they started off as like the number 5 team in the nation. Princeton beat Arizona. This was a very unlikely upset because 15 seeds never really beat 2 seeds ever. I mean, annually they have been doing it, but before then they haven't really been doing it. This one I'm not really happy to report on. FDU beat Purdue 63-58. I'm not really happy to report on this one because I'm a Purdue fan, and it's probably the biggest upset in college basketball history. And I'm going to pass it on to Nathan.
Another upset alert was Arkansas versus Kansas in the second round. Kansas was a really strong team, and they had good guards, but Arkansas just pulled off the win. Another upset alert was Princeton, the number 15 seed, beat Missouri in the second round, which not a lot of people had Princeton even going far. Our final upset alert is Michigan State, the number 7 seed, versus Marquette, the number 2 seed, in the second round. Michigan State was a very unlikely win against Marquette, as Marquette is probably better than Michigan State.
Yes, indeed they are, as Michigan State is in the Big Ten, and the Big Ten's historically not that good in the NCAA tournament. That is it. That is our NCAA tournament updates. We will see you the week after spring break.
Thanks, Hank. Now let's talk more sports with Gabe with some of the best sports comebacks in history.
Thanks, Jackson. Today we're going to talk about some of the best sports comebacks in history. Our first comeback is in Europe, in soccer, or football, in the Champions League group and knockout yearly competition. During the round of 16, Barcelona has faced PSG. In the first away leg, they went down 4-0. For them to move on to the next round, they'd either win the game, because if they lost or drew, they'd be eliminated from competition. They ended up putting up a performance and won 5-6 in the last minutes of the game. Our second comeback is where the Minnesota Vikings beat the Indianapolis Colts 39-36 in overtime during the Week 15 of the 22 season. With the help of Kirk Cousins, Dalvin Cook, and an insane defense masterpiece, they came back 33 points to win. Our final comeback is from our Chicago Bulls, where they trailed by 13 points when the fourth quarter began. With Michael Jordan sitting on the bench for the rally, Scottie Pippen and the 4 bench players brought back the Bulls quickly. With the Bulls back in the game, Jordan scored quickly and notched 2 steals. Jordan ended up scoring a high game of 33 points to win 97-93. Now back to the desk with Jackson.
Thanks, Gabe. Now let's hand it over to Noah with his inspiring story on how he became an amazing wrestler.
Hi, I'm Noah.
What's your passion?
My passion is wrestling.
Why do you like wrestling?
I like wrestling because it's a very mental sport, not only physical, because I'm a rather small guy, so I can work in moves that other people can't, and it's a mental sport, so you have to get past your losses and, cherish the ones that you have.
Have you ever been talked down by a coach or somebody that you can't do wrestling?
Yes, I have had one coach who wasn't really faithful in me, and that year was one of my best years. I won second in conference. It was either 5th grade or 6th grade, but he definitely told me that I wasn't good enough, and that just fueled my passion for wrestling more.
How did you react to that?
At first I was sad, but after a while I saw the good side in it, and that it was a good thing that he told me that, because it really fueled my passion to drive, just for to be a better wrestler and a better person.
Who's the best wrestler
Other than me and Papa, I'd say Slivka, my boy Slivka right here. He one in a lifetime wrestler. He's great at moves. He is a big person in morale for the team, and he's always there for us.
Thank you.
How many hours do you think
I put in a lot of hours wrestling, practice every single day of the week except some exceptions, but those exceptions are pretty rare, so I really like to wrestle every single day, every second that I can to be a better person and wrestler.
Do you have like a story you'd like to tell us about your
Um,
wrestling?
One of my favorite moments of wrestling was my first year of wrestling. I met a bunch of really awesome people. I met Ryan Duffing, LOR Bappa there. There's a psychopath. You want to be it? We're talking about wrestling.
What was your inspiration about wrestling?
I would say mostly my coaches, but especially shout out to LOR Bappa, my boy, because he was a wrestler with me from 5th grade all the way to 8th grade. He motivated me, he taught me new moves, and he really showed me like my full potential.
How many years have you been wrestling?
So 8th grade was my 4th year, but in between I've been doing seasons in the summer, winter, spring. It's pretty much an all-time sport for me. In the off season, I really try and work on my technique. I like to do moves on the carpet in my house and just really try and be the best person that I can all season round.
Who is the best wrestler that you think?
Um, The best wrestler is probably LOR Bappa. He taught me most of the moves I know, and he really showed me how to wrestle, not only on like just the elementary school level, middle school level, but just a whole nother level that other people can't teach.
Thanks for letting us interview you.
Yep.
Thanks, Noah. That was really inspiring story. Maybe I should look into that. Now we have another special talent with Ethan Butler with his guitar. Wow, that's a really special talent. That's all for this week, Harder. See you next week when Hank and Joe will be talking about more news. Go Cougars!